And with this small Republican majority, everyone's looking to flex their muscles. The moderates, the establishment, the far right, they all want to put their stamp on the next Congress. And it appears, though, this power struggle will play out right away in the race for Speaker. But will it lead to the unthinkable? The Democrats actually choose who will be the Speaker over the next 2 years. Joining us now is someone who knows all about the inner workings of the House, former Republican Congressman Bob Barr of Georgia. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. Okay, so give us a reality check here. It does sound like at least these five are pretty dug in. If that happens, is it really possible that the Democrats could end up choosing the Speaker?
In these days, normal rules, rationality, reason don't seem to apply across the board, Dan. And it is possible that the Republicans could lose a floor vote right at the start of this 118th Congress, and the Democrats could put forward a candidate who would get all Democrat votes plus a handful of Republicans, and you'd have the bizarro situation where the Republicans have a majority of members but don't control the speakership, and the Speaker has a tremendously important role in setting the entire agenda for the House. I don't understand this. I've been in the Congress during times when we had a split within their splits within the party. We had a lot of conservatives, we have moderates, we had others, but at the end of the day, with strong leadership like Newt Gingrich brought, for example, Republicans realize that if we continue to fight among ourselves, we're going to lose the whole ballgame. It makes no sense what Gates and these other four are trying to do here, because it's not going to further any Republican agenda or a semblance of an agenda.
So as a practical matter, what happens, right? Let's say that what you just said occurs, and the Democrats join with some moderate Republicans in picking a moderate Republican as the Speaker, right? I would assume that would be the scenario, that a center-right Republican ends up getting selected, the Democrats all vote for the person, and that person's then in charge. What does that mean in terms of the agenda, in terms of the investigations that they want to occur, et cetera? Does it mean that person is then aligned with the Democrats?
Not necessarily. The Republicans among themselves would still have the power to determine the chairmanships of all of the committees, since they have a majority of votes. So you would have the very weird situation where the Republicans control each one of the 21 committees, including the Rules Committee, which basically sets the rules for each piece of legislation before it comes to the floor. But in terms of the speakership himself or herself, they still can, if they wish to, control what happens on the floor itself. So you'd have a very, very messy situation, having a speaker chosen by the Democrats and a few Republicans. Certainly would create problems for the Republicans, but it wouldn't stop all of the committee work. So yeah, it just makes no sense, but some of what Kevin McCarthy is talking about could still go forward.
Right. All right. Well, Bob Barr, thank you for the reality check. Thank you for coming on the program. Really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Coming up. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.